There is a spiritual practice so disarmingly simple, it threatens every system built on fear, permission, and control. Joel Goldsmith didn't invent it. He uncovered it, lived it, and showed ordinary people how to touch the extraordinary without intermediaries. The moment you grasp it, the machinery that keeps you spiritually dependent loses its grip. If you've ever felt there must be a direct line to the divine closer, then breath, this is your moment. Stay with me. Goldsmith called it recognition, not poetry, not positivity, not ritual. Recognition is the quiet, steady shift from I am a separate person trying to reach God to I am consciousness through which the divine is already expressing. When that identity flips, prayer stops being a transaction and becomes awareness. You don't beg the ocean for water, you realize you're standing in it. Why would institutions push back on a practice like this? Because dependence is profitable. If your access to the sacred feels leased rather than owned, you'll pay through guilt, through gatekeepers, through endless promises that salvation is just one more step away. Recognition cancels the contract. It says, the presence isn't out there. It's here, as awareness itself. Let's make this practical. First, listening prayer. Set aside the verbal checklist. Sit for 10 quiet minutes. No requests, no bargaining, just the inner sentence. Speak, if there is something to reveal. I am listening. Notice what isn't happening. You're not pushing, fixing, or managing. You're consenting to be a clear window. Often, nothing dramatic occurs and yet life begins to reorganize around a calmer center. The insight you need tomorrow flickers on today. Calls arrive at improbable times. The next step emerges without strain. This isn't magic. It is what happens when the noise that blocks guidance is lowered enough for wisdom to be heard. Second, non-resistance. Non-resistance is not passivity, it's refusing to crown the problem as your king. Instead of wrestling appearances, you recognize divine intelligence is present here, even now. With that stance, you respond with clarity instead of panic. You still make calls, set boundaries, and take action, but you're not acting from fear. Pressure drops. Solutions stop feeling like heroic rescues and start feeling inevitable, as if they were waiting just outside the door for you to stop shoving furniture against it. Third, impersonal benediction. Hold someone in awareness without fixing or diagnosing them. Silently acknowledge, the same life that animates me animates you whole, wise, and intact. You're not projecting thoughts at them. You're remembering truth in yourself and letting that clarity shine. Strangely, conversations soften. Tensions deflate. Meetings that used to drain you end with mutual relief. Again, no theatrics, just the ease that returns when judgment loosens its jaw. Fourth, gratitude is recognition. This isn't gratitude for things. It's gratitude from source. Before the bank balance shifts, before the lab result arrives, you rest in a deeper statement. Supply and wisdom are properties of consciousness itself. From that root, you still budget, you still consult professionals, you still show up, but you're not begging the world to be your savior. You're letting the world mirror the steadiness you're anchored in. Now, the common obstacles and how to meet them. I tried it twice. Nothing happened. Recognition is not a lever you pull to get stuff. It's a recentering of identity. And identity is retrained by rhythm. Keep the appointment short. Sincere. Daily. My mind won't be quiet. It doesn't have to be. You're not silencing thoughts. You're noticing the awareness in which thoughts appear. Waves don't disturb the depth. But my situation is urgent. Exactly why you don't have time to fight the ocean. Return, recognize, respond. Urgency is loud. Truth is steady. Am I allowed to do this? You are never not allowed. The direct path isn't rebellious, it's original. What changes when recognition stabilizes? You will catch yourself reaching for old habits, arguing with reality, drafting prayers like petitions, outsourcing your center to other people. Less equivalent than you, LL smile. Because you remember, I don't need to posture for what I already am. Peace stops arriving as a special delivery and starts appearing as the default setting. You still feel grief, joy, frustration, wonder, but none of them define you. You become transparent enough that love travels through you without picking up static. People won't know why they feel safe around you. They'll just breathe easier. Here's a simple 7-day rhythm to begin. Day 1 and 2. Listening 10 minutes. Twice daily. No requests. I am listening. Day 3 and 4. Non-resistance. When a problem appears, pause. Name presence. Intelligence is here. Then act. Day 5. Benediction. Choose one difficult relationship. Offer silent acknowledgement of their wholeness. Day 6. Gratitude without tallying wins. Rest in I am held. Let actions flow from sufficiency. Day 7. Review journal. 1 line. Where did ease replace force? Small hinges swing big doors. 2 quick stories. A founder on the brink of burnout stopped using prayer to bully outcomes and began listening. Within weeks, she realigned her offer, released a misfit client, and watched revenue stabilize, not because she hustled harder, but because action began matching guidance. A father and adult son at odds practiced impersonal benediction before each conversation. Nothing mystical happened unless you count the first genuine laugh they shared in years. Sometimes the miracle is simply the room becoming breathable again. And if you're thinking, this sounds beautiful, but I still have bills, deadlines, a diagnosis. A messy inbox. Recognition doesn't ask you to ignore facts. It asks you to see facts from the ground of reality, then move. Doctors, therapists, mentors, and wise friends remain gifts. Recognition doesn't replace wise help. It upgrades the place you stand while you receive it. If something in you knows this is true, don't wait for a perfect mood. Begin today. Begin today. Right now. Take 1 minute, close your eyes and whisper inside. Here I am. I'm listening. Tonight, before sleep, offer impersonal benediction to one person or situation. This week, keep the 7-day rhythm. Protect those 10 quiet minutes like oxygen. If this message brought you clarity or calm, tap like so it reaches the people who need it. And subscribe to the channel for more Joel Goldsmith inspired practices and deep, practical spirituality. Drop a comment. Which habit are you replacing with recognition this week? You don't have to climb a ladder to reach what already holds you. Recognition is not an escape from life. It's how life finally gets to live through you. Begin. Is this conversation helpful so far?